All right, welcome everybody. Can everyone hear me? Need to get my windows right over here. So listen, I'm going to change this up a bit, all right? First of all, I'm going to get this out of the way. We're going to cover a few things. First of all, I want to show you why these charts are so accurate and how they can help you find the tops and the bottoms. But you need to understand how to read these charts, and I'm going to show you this. I'm going to go through a lot of windows. When I get through all this, then I can answer some questions or load up some specific charts. Before we get to this, though, I am changing it up, like I said. So, guys, first of all, I'm going to do a giveaway for 2 of these 2020 American Silver Eagle coins. So, with the live stream, you have to wait till the stream's over. But everybody, look, I'm not going to beg for likes. If you want to qualify, when the stream is over, just leave a like, leave a comment, and then I'll use a random comment selector to pick the 2 winners in the next live stream. Probably, I don't know, tomorrow or the next day. That live stream, again, I'll pick the winners. So make sure you do that, guys. If you want to subscribe, again, if you want to be notified when I do these live streams, you need to obviously be subscribed, tick the bell, and notify all. That way, when I have a live stream, you'll be notified. Before we get into this and go through these charts, guys, if you do want to access these charts, the subscribe link is right here. So for $39 a month, you get access to all the Bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and my Twitter. Stocks is $59, tutorials is $149. This teaches you how I create my charts. If you want to do the lifetime, again, this adds up to a little over $200. But if you want to do the lifetime, it's $299. You can pay with crypto if you like, but again, if you want to take advantage of the lifetime, you have to contact me through the contact page. If you want to just subscribe, guys, here is the subscribe link. That way you can just go ahead and subscribe, sign up with a PayPal credit card, and then if you want to contact me to get the lifetime, guys, and again, lifetime gives you access to everything, one-time payment, and makes you a gold member in Discord. So let's go through some of this. Let's just get right to the nitty-gritty here. So these were some tweets I made, and I'm just going to go through a few of these, and we're going to cover the charts, all right? So this was, said, watch the A1 chart to see if we catch a bounce. I was referring to this blue ring right here. We caught a bounce. You can see right here. I showed we hit this point, we pushed up. And this was me saying, hey, I was proud of my bounce on the blue ring. And then you'll notice I updated the chart and added this orange fib circle. So I want to show you this chart. And again, I got a lot of windows to go through here. So we'll cover this in just a sec. But I want to show you, I'm going to get out of order here. So this is that chart, I added that ring, and I'm going to play this out just to show you how accurate this was. Because actually in this tweet, I was telling people, pay attention to these rings, because we're going to be bouncing off of them. Bounce off the orange ring, come up as resistance, and I was saying pay attention to the blue ring right here on this tweet. I said watch for possible resistance at blue ring above. I was referring to this blue ring here. So let me play this chart out, and then we'll go through some of this stuff. So I'm going to play this out just so you can see how this chart played out. This is on the 5-minute, by the way. This has been added to the chart as the A2 chart. So just watch how this plays out when it hits these orange rings and the blue ring. And I'll zoom out and show you the bigger picture. And I'm going to show you potentially how high we can go, how low we can go. I'm going to show you all the price targets, macro, micro. But watch what happens when we come back up. And I made a tweet about it. I said, watch, when we hit the blue ring, watch it get rejected. Once we hit that blue ring, we came down ever since. Hey, thank you, Amar. So we come back up, watch what happens. So we're bouncing off of these orange rings, resistance, we come back down, bouncing off the yellow ring, push back above the orange ring. And you can long and short the hell out of this. But we came up, we tested the yellow and the blue ring, and we came down ever since. It was this point we hit it right here. And this will make more sense as we go forward. I'm just showing you how you can find potential tops. So this is how this chart played out. Again, this is the A2. This is a 15-minute. And I made a tweet I said it was right here. Where was it at? It's a more recent tweet. Right here, I said we are at support level. Let's see if it holds or breaks. So notice right here, this white line. I was saying this was support. Watch to see if it holds, if it breaks. Notice we were coming down these little candles. This was on, I think I had this on the 15-minute. But notice these candles are just coming down. It was stepping down. We got a bounce right here. We got another bounce. So this was an important support level to see if it held. And notice what happened when we broke that support. As soon as we broke the support, we had this candle that dropped a total of, when we pushed back up, it came down almost 6%. So again, that's what I'm saying. That was a strong support level. Why was that a strong support level? Well, if you go back and look, you can see right here, this white line. This was a very strong support level. We tested it repeatedly. Resistance, 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 support, support, support. So likely if you come down, this is a strong support level. So if we break it, you come down much lower. So just want to show you how that chart played out. So let me go back to this right here. So this was a live stream I did on March 13th. And I was giving you some price targets. So if you'll notice on this chart, this chart right here, this is the A1 chart, the one I just showed you, 60,770. This was the next strong resistance above. If we go to this chart, this is on the 1 hour. So if we go to this chart, this was that price target I was giving you. I just want to explain this to you and make you understand what I was saying. So this was the fib channel below, right? Let me take the RSI MACD off. So this right here, this was our next strong support below. I just showed you why. This is the next fib channel line above. So that's why I was saying right here in this live stream, if we push up, this is the resistance to watch. At the time it was 60,770. Again, this is at an angle. I have this purple to reference where I was talking about. If we pushed up, this would be a likely point to get rejected. Notice we pushed up, we pushed above it, but we came back down. This is the line I'm talking about right here. We did push above it, but this became resistance, and then we started coming back down. So that's why I'm saying watch this as a point to get rejected. You see it was a lot of support and resistance. We couldn't stay above it. And notice we rode right down this yellow ring right here. This is what I'm saying. We came up, we hit this as resistance, came down as support. When we hit this blue ring, we came down. So again, just showing you how you can use the rings to find tops and bottoms. You can play the hell out of this on the 5-minute. Let's go through a few others. So let's see, A1, B1. And so this is the A1 chart on the left. This is the B1 chart. And guys, this was March 13th. I did this. This was a live stream. So let's look at these different charts here. So this is... So this is the Euro chart actually, and I did reference that in this one. This is the Euro chart. I was saying this was your resistance at 50,045. If we pushed above, your resistance would be 52,110. And if we drop, notice this fib channel line right here. I didn't have a price label here, but look at this Euro chart. So right here, look how accurate this has been. So, and you can go back and you can see why. Let me get rid of the MACD and RSI. And again, I'm going to give you some price targets. I just want to show you why these charts are so accurate and how it can help you find support and resistance. So notice right here, we've caught 2 bounces so far on this point. And I told you that this is a possible point to get rejected. Yes, we pushed above it a bit, but ultimately, you know, we could not stay above this point. We came down. Where did we catch a bounce? Right here on this point. So if we drop lower, again, let me take this off. But you can see why, if we go back, this has been tested repeatedly as support and resistance. So that's how we know that this is a strong support level. Don't forget, this is Euro. So if we come down, where's your next likely support? Well, this has been a lot of support and resistance. So if you're trading a Euro pair with Bitcoin, your next likely point, if we drop below 46,771, is 43,432. Just showing you the accuracy of this chart. Let's go to this one here. So this is the B1 chart. And I made a tweet about this. Said load up the B1 chart for possible support level. Notice right here. This is where we caught our first bounce. And why did I know that we could possibly catch a bounce here? Well, if you go back and look, this is where we topped out. You see all of this support and resistance. Look at this. It goes way back. That's why I say always look left. When you have the chart, go back and see how many times this point was tested. It was a lot of support, A lot of support, resistance, resistance, support. And again, you can see a lot of support and resistance. It was resistance, support, resistance, support. We go back right here. Came up. We tested it as resistance, resistance. Became support, support, support. So again, a likely point if you come down is going to be right here, and that is where we caught a bounce. So you're looking for your next support level? Well, we have two. If we drop below 55,151, your next support is going to be 54,357. Your next support is 52,422. So write these down if you want. Remember, they're at an angle. If you have access to the charts, again, they play out live. You just load them up, and again, they're live. You can look at a mobile phone, tablet, desktop. But keep in mind, so if we make contact here and we caught a perfect bounce, I mean that is literally to the dollar. It hit right here and bounced. So we make contact here at 55,043. If we make contact later, it's going to be over here at 55,490. These are an angle. It depends on when you make contact. Depends on what the price is. So these are price targets to pay attention to on the B1 chart. This is the next strongest support level I have. Notice I have it in white. So if we come down, again, depends on when you make contact, but right here, this is around 49,756. And then the strongest support level below that is around 46,171. And I know this the same way I just showed you this. These lines down here were tested the most, these white ones. So I know if we come down, you will catch a bounce down here. This chart, and I made a tweet about this. I said load up the C1 chart. We're currently at support. Notice this yellow ring. It was resistance. We broke up from this rising wedge. We came down to support, support, support. And then we came down, and look where we got a bounce, right here on this ring. So if we break this ring, according to the C1 chart, how far do we come down? Well, I can guarantee you can see this line right here has been a lot of support right here. This is around 49,540. So you've got a support level here, plus you have a ring. This ring right here was resistance, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. As soon as we push above it, we got a pump. So since you have like four support levels here, anywhere in this area would be a great buy-in to catch a bounce. And again, that is around 49,540. If we had a straight drop, that would be close to 49,617. And again, you can see every single one of these fib channel lines have been respected. This right here, we call it a bounce. We pushed up, found support, 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 and pushed up. So again, watch 49,617. I always say refer to different charts. So let's cover some more macro targets. I got a lot of windows open here. So this is another chart. Someone had mentioned this in Discord. This chart was created on, this is actually created on 12/30/20. Notice what happened when we got to this ring right here. This was a potential top, guys, right here. We came up to this white ring, got rejected also with the yellow ring. We came down, this is your support right here. This is currently where we're holding support. So always reference different charts, but this looks like a likely support level, 54,250. Your next support level below, 46,700. This was a video I put out. Guys, you remember the animation I created? I was talking about that blue ring. I put this out on December 23rd, 2020. I'm just going to fast forward through this. I'm not going to play the video. But basically what I was referring to was we were coming up on this next blue ring. And I've been talking about this months in advance. I said when we get to this ring, watch for a possible rejection right here. The next ring we cross soon. So I was saying when we hit this point, we could get a rejection. This is the chart right here. This is the Bitstamp daily chart. This is the blue ring I was referring to. This is also the same chart on the peak of the bull run. Let's see. This blue ring right here. This is the same ring. But notice what happened when we hit this ring. As soon as we hit it, and that's why I was telling people to pay attention to it, as soon as we hit that ring, we got a drop of 21%. Yeah, we did push back up above it, but I was telling you, when we hit this ring, pay attention. This would be a great point to short or take your profit and buy back in. So that was a pretty good drop. I predicted this way in advance. We hit it, we dropped. Take note where we topped out right here. This point right here. We were caught in this pattern. I was telling you this was a possible pattern we were in way before. So let's go to So this is the published version of that peak of the bull run chart, peak of the bull run 2.0. And how did I know that was a possible point to get topped out? Well, let's see here. This video, like I said, I've got a lot of videos. So this was a video I put out on January 8th, right here. I said, look, we could possibly be topped out at 41,284. We did get topped out here. We dropped. We pushed back up above. People make comments, oh, this didn't age well. Actually, it aged pretty well, actually, if you actually shorted that point. So let's go back again. A lot of windows open here. So at this point, let's see, peak of the bull run chart. So right here, where I said we would potentially top out, this is that same point. Let me put a price level here so you can see it. We topped out at 42,000. I said right here, I said we could potentially be topped out at 41,284. And you can clearly see that's where we topped out, right here. And this peak of the bull run chart also showed that we were possibly topped out. We came down a total of 31%. So had you been paying attention, looking at these charts, you knew a potential point to take your profit. And I also said when we came down, where do you buy? Right here on this blue ring. Bounce, 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 bounce. So you had multiple points to buy to ride this back up. Notice we were getting resistance at this fib channel line. As soon as we pushed above it, then we started pumping. Where do we pump to? The next fib channel line above. And notice where we're currently topped out. This white ring, and I'll come back and show you why, but this ring right here, I've been telling you, this is all the same fib circle. Look at this. It's all the same fib circle right here. You can see these yellow rings. Look, this was our peak in December 2017. Was resistance, support, resistance. Came back down, support and resistance. We dropped below, came up as resistance. It was support, support, support. Bottomed right here. And we pushed up. And guys, I'm telling you, if we come down, look, this is that next ring above. Look at this. We pushed up. This is the lowest point I think we go if we drop. But notice we pushed up to this next ring. As soon as we broke above it, we pumped. And we pumped all the way to this next ring in that fib channel. And this also goes to the Dow Jones where I say we could possibly be topped out. I'm not muted. My mic's on. If you can't hear me, it's something to do with you. So this is the published version. I published this on December 14th. Let me just play this out just so you can see it. Everybody, you guys can hear me, right? Oh, I gotcha. Damn it. Yeah, I forgot to do that. Thanks for letting me know. So if anybody just noticed that red mic thing just turned on, I've been talking since the beginning of the stream. So let me hit play on this, guys. This was published December 14, 2020. This is what I was talking about. You can see right here. This is a published chart. I can't edit it. But this is how I knew this was a likely top. When we pushed up, this is that blue ring. Look, this is a blue ring. We dropped to about 20%. We pushed back up. We got rejected at this fib channel line. We came down, found support on the blue ring. Resistance, support, resistance. Almost found support. And we topped out right at this ring. So this could be a local top to potentially come back down. Where are your support levels? Your support levels are right friggin' here. If you want to know what the lowest point we can go, if we come down, you know, your first major support is right here at 39,000. I know this because this is the strongest support level I have. If we break that, your next support is going to be around 27,311. Keep in mind, this target right here matches that CME gap below. This is the, let's see, so that was that one. This is my original peak of the bull run chart. This was published on November 23rd, 2019. This is the chart I used to nail the bottom. Notice how we're respecting these red fib circles. When price was coming down, I made a tweet. I said, guys, it looks like since we've been respecting this red fib circle, if we broke it, we dropped. And if I hit play, you'll notice we'll find support on this this red ring. So I said, your next bottom is going to be this red ring to catch a bounce. And you can see how that played out. We hit that to the tick. That's how I was able to call the bottom at exactly 38,060. I think I said 3,900. So again, this peak of the bull run chart I published November 23rd, 2019, nailed the bottom. Again, bottoms and tops. So this was one chart. I told you that we potentially topped out. We did top out. We dropped. Again, this is another video. I was talking about a pattern we were in way in advance because I had this chart already mapped out. I was saying this is probably what's going to happen. We're going to bounce back and forth in this. We either push to the upside or the downside. This here, this is important. This is the CME futures chart. This is the next potential support level we have. And again, reference different charts. So it looks like it's possible we could get a bounce at 54,175. Notice we've been respecting this yellow fib circle. The next one below is this white one at 45,260. We have targets below. This is the gap I think a lot of people are talking about right here. So the biggest gap we have below us is between 26,000 to 23,725. Now that would be one hell of a drop. We'd have to have a major correction in the stock market to come down that low. But guys, that right there is a 57% drop. I'm not saying that we have to hit that point, but if you'll notice on the peak of the bull run chart, that's right here, guys. Right here. That's this point right here that we know is our strong support level. So if we do come down and fill that gap, I have a target that matches up almost completely with that target. But the point I'm trying to make is these charts do help find tops. It nailed this top at 42,200, something like that. And this chart nailed the top as well. All right, so that was that chart. That was that one. This is the CME futures chart. All these are available. This is under BTC related. This chart right here, this is the Binance chart. Just to show you this chart right here, it's amazing. So I added this blue fib circle. I'm going to show you the published version of this chart with the blue fib circle and without. But notice how well price is respecting this blue fib circle right here. So this is the chart without the fib circle. I just want to show you how accurate this was. This was March 11th. I published this. Watch how well we respect these fib channel lines. And again, I left the orange ring here. But look at this. You come up, resistance. Come down to support. Support, resistance, support, support, resistance. Respecting the white, this orange fib circle. Come up as perfect resistance, perfect support, perfect resistance. So you've been playing this. You could play the hell out of this longing and shorting. Now check it out with the fib circle. Look how it played out. It totally respects these blue rings. Every time, look, we came up. We came down to support, resistance, support. Every time it came down, we bounced off of this blue ring. Bounce, pushed up, bounce, dropped below it, got a bounce here. Rode right down this ring, found resistance. So again, just showing you how these charts work, how accurate they are. This is the, again guys, I've been covering this chart for a long time. This is the DXY versus Bitcoin. Again, I'm just showing you possibilities. This was the 2nd of January 2017. The dollar was coming down. Bitcoin was pushing up. As soon as the dollar pushed up, Bitcoin dropped 84%. The same thing is playing out. We are in a falling wedge right here. The dollar is starting to push up. While the dollar was coming down, Bitcoin was pushing up. If the dollar continues up, it is very possible Bitcoin will start coming down. I put out that video, yesterday? I got a lot of negative comments on that. Look, I told you guys in a video, this one right here, I said it's possible because of the stimulus package. I put this video out on March 6th. I said if there's no stimulus package, March 11th seems like the likely point that we could possibly come down. This would be my target below, but it did say if the stimulus package passes, your next target above is 34,605. So that last video I put out, I didn't give you the target. If the Dow Jones pushes up, I think that will possibly be the top. I'm going to show you why that's the case. But I did give both scenarios, guys. I said upside target, downside target. But it is one hell of a coincidence. It looked very likely that we could get topped out here. We were here for almost 3 weeks. And then all of a sudden, stimulus package passed, we got a pump. So actually, I'm bullish right now. I think we could have a little bit of a correction for Bitcoin, but I think we're going to have one more leg up. I think the stock market's going to have a little higher to go. I'm going to show you a point we could get a correction first before pushing higher. This is the Dow Jones. So this is the Dow Jones chart that I was referencing in that last video. And you say, well, why do you say this is the top? Look, there's no guarantee it's the top. But I want you to understand why I think it's very possible that could be the top. If you'll notice this chart, this is this same chart right here. Let me show you the published version of this if I can find it. So this is, and it's hard to see these rings. See these light blue rings right here? So this was published in January 7th, 2020. These are the targets I gave. Let me play this out. So notice these blue rings right here. When we come up, notice we got rejected right here. Resistance, support, resistance. This blue ring I made orange right here. So it's the same one just to show you. But if I hit play, see what happened? We came down, we found support right here on this ring. We pushed up. This is that next blue ring that we were finding resistance. We got above it, we got below it. This was that fib channel line. I said when we cross it, we could have a crash. And if the stimulus package released, the markets would push up. Bitcoin's correlated with the market, so if the markets are up, Bitcoin's up. The market drops, Bitcoin drops. The last time the Dow dropped a total of 30 some odd percent, Bitcoin dropped 60%. So guys, if the market's correct, Bitcoin will correct harder. So just to show you this chart, why I think it's very likely, remember Alessio put out that video saying the Dow could be topped out, but not sure how high? Well, notice this ring right here. This is where we bottomed, right? This is that same fib circle right here, this same ring right here. You just look, same ring. If I can get on my brush, right here, same ring. So if we bottomed on this fib circle, a likely point to get topped out is right here. Can we go above that? Sure. But if there's a point we get rejected, look every time we hit the ring, we got rejected. We got rejected right here. We got rejected here, found support, rejected, found support. We pushed up, we got rejected here, got rejected here. This is where we had our COVID crash. Notice we came up, we got rejected here, got rejected here. We found support, resistance, support, resistance. Resistance, support down here. And then this is where the stimulus package was released. This is why I said it's very possible we could have a crash. We were here for 3 weeks. So if we didn't make it above that, your next target was right here, just like you can see. You come up as resistance, you come down as support, resistance. So that's what I'm saying. If we couldn't make it above that point, this is where you would come down to. That's why I'm saying it was very possible you'd have a crash. They released a stimulus package. So you know what? Your upside target is right here. If we push up, it is very possible. And I just showed you those previous charts. That one where we hit that blue ring, got rejected. It is very possible this is where we top out, 34,614. And if we get topped out there and start coming down, Bitcoin's coming down with it. So I think that pretty much covers all the charts I have up here. So you got any questions? I had this planned out a lot better, but I had so many damn windows, I'm getting confused which ones I had up. Yeah, well, I gave you price targets to pay attention to. If we do push higher, so let me show you a peak of the bull run chart. If we push up, if we get above this point right here, and I have multiple charts, but again, so since this was, actually this is support, we could push higher. Notice right here, we're finding support. This was the next fib channel line above. This is holding as support. If we stay above this point, where's your next likely target to get rejected, guys? Right up here. This is all the way up at $90,000. This is also right next to this next blue ring, 94,000. Maybe we get one more push up. Maybe that is the top. It's possible this could be the top. Nobody knows. I think what's possible is we get a correction, and then the market continues to push up, and then Bitcoin pushes back up. I think we have one more leg up. I mean, we don't know that. I'm just telling you that each one of these points are support and resistance levels. And if we hold support here and we continue up, this is your next point to get rejected above, right here. If we continue up, this is the next point to get rejected, right there. And that is around 90,000. I'm not saying we have to go that high. I'm just showing you I have targets mapped out. So if we push up, notice this chart back here. I got so many open. Hold on. Let me find this chart. So this chart right here, where I made that video, that was this one right here. Notice this video. This video was put out on January 23rd, 2021. I was giving you targets to the upside. I said, look, if we push up, your target is right here, 60,335. That's this orange ring is kind of ghosted. You can hardly see it. But I said, if we push up, this is a likely point to get rejected. So you can see why this is the case. Look where we got rejected. If we would have hit it sooner, look, that would have been your target right here, 60,335. Since we hit it later, that target ended up being 63,199, but that was a point to get rejected. And you can see why this is the case. Let me turn off these moving averages here. So again, let me put this on line drawing so you can see it better. So that's why I was saying, look how well respected this ring, and this plays into the Dow, why I think the Dow could top out at that point. Notice this orange ring, resistance, 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 resistance. We pushed up to the next orange ring, support and resistance, support and resistance. We pushed up to the next orange ring, we got some chop, some resistance. So if we push up, where's the next likely point to get rejected? Again, showing you potential points to top out, right here at this next orange ring. So if we can't make it above this orange ring, we have a major correction. Where's a likely point to catch a bounce? Well, we know we can catch a bounce right here, because we're respecting this one as well. Again, as I showed you in those previous videos and live streams, this red ring has been respected very well. Support, 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 resistance, support, support. We crashed. Then we came up as resistance, 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 resistance. It flipped as support. So if we do drop, a likely point to catch a bounce is going to be right here. This is your first major support where I will definitely be buying in. That, depending on when you make contact, if we came straight down, that's 28,000. If it's out here, that's 35,000. If we break that support, where's your next support? Right here. Right here at 20,549. Is that possible? I don't know. But if we drop below this point, I'll damn sure have this chart up, because these are the points where you will hold support. These charts have been tried and they're tested. I mean, we know that these are strong support and resistance levels, especially the peak of the bull run chart. If you're talking about current support and resistance, well, guys, look, we're above this point of support. I told you right here in this tweet, right here in this tweet. Let me see here. I said at support on C1 charts. Where's the C1 chart? This is the C1 chart right here. Look, C1, BTC. This is where I said, look, possible support. We're pushing up from that point. These charts give you targets to the damn dollar, guys. To the dollar. So right here, this chart, I said right here, your next support. Watch the B1 chart. We came down, we tested this twice. We're holding support. So where's your resistance if we push up on this chart? Right here, 57,464. You can see that's going to be strong resistance. If we push back up higher, a next likely resistance level, 59,145. This chart here, this is the Euro chart. If we push back up, where's your resistance now? Up here around 50,684. If you drop, 43,432. Let's see this chart. Currently your resistance above, you can see right here. Your resistance above now is this blue ring. The blue ring and this fib channel line. There's been a lot of strong support. So if we push up, watch to get rejected this blue ring. 57,187 to 57,419. And if we drop, where's your next strong support level on this chart? Right here. They're all mapped out for you. If we come down, again, you got very strong support at 52,600 to 51,792. And just like I said, since we have support levels here, and if you look at the CME futures chart, let's see if I can find that. I can't see which window's which. Right here, 54,175, 45,260, 45,260. So again, it's just good to refer to different charts for those targets. Do not sell your BTC. All right. Is that good advice or bad advice? Had you sold had you sold right here, where's my, right here. If you sold your Bitcoin when I said we were topped out right here, if you sold your Bitcoin right here and you bought back, you could have bought your Bitcoin 30% cheaper, right? At this point right now, had you sold the top, you could have bought your Bitcoin 10% cheaper. So yeah, you can stay in if you're hodling, who cares? But if you want to swing trade, that's what these charts are for. All right, I'm done talking. I just wanted to go through these charts and just show you how accurate they are. And this boils down to the fact that I think it's very possible that the Dow has some more upside as well as the rest of the markets. Everybody is talking about a crash. Everybody's talking about the debt bubble. Even Alessio was saying the Dow Jones could be topped out. So what I'm saying is everybody's talking about a crash. So obviously it makes sense. They'll probably push it up more. I did want to show this chart really quick. This might be the next point to get a rejection. The market's open in about 30 minutes. Pay attention to this blue ring. Every time we hit this blue ring, look, rejected here. We hit this blue ring, we rode down it right here. Notice this blue ring right here. We almost made it to it and we got rejected. So it's very possible. Again, I'll answer your question. So it's very possible that we're coming right up on this blue ring. We would have to push up. Let me give you a price level here. So if you're looking for a point to short the Dow, it's risky, but we'll need a correction at some point. So it's very possible at 33,000, potentially 33,000, we could get a rejection right here, possibly to come down, retrace back down a bit. But then it's possible we push all the way up to this point. I think that might be the point where the Dow starts actually correcting and coming back down. And that would be around 34,500. And then your support, guys. If this ring was such strong resistance right here, then a very likely support level, if we drop, your first bounce is 31,289. And then if we hit my target below, guys, it will be right here, around 27,500. And again, if Bitcoin comes down, if the Dow drops, this would be 12%. So if the Dow, well, actually, if we drop that low from where we're at now, that's 16%. So if Bitcoin drops is twice as much, 16% drop. So that'd be what, a 32% drop for Bitcoin? All right, guys. So I'm paying attention to what you guys are saying. What do you want to ask me? Any questions? Should you sell now? I don't know. Again, I'm just giving you support and resistance levels to watch. I told everybody it's likely we could be at support to buy in. We've held support. Could it drop lower? Of course. I just give you points to pay attention to. Had you bought this support right here, from where we hit right here, this is up now 2.43%. Do we go higher? Well, I have a target right here. If we drop below, I got your support levels. It's up to you to stay in. It's your decision if you want to buy or sell. If you're hodling long term, it doesn't really matter. And again, another chart, like I said, right here. This is a Euro chart, perfect support. 2 charts. And this chart, right, let's see. Right here, this is another one at support. I said, look, 3 charts are showing support. So if you wanted to buy, this was your point to buy. If you had access to the charts, you follow me on Twitter, I'll show you where likely points to go in and likely points to get out. A 30% drop. Let's see. Let's go to the peak of the bull run chart. So a 30% drop would take us down. Wow, how about that? 39,000 right here where I have a support level, right here. Isn't that amazing how that just matches completely? I'm not telling you to sell. I do give you points to pay attention to if you drop below a certain support level. If we break this support right here and we come back down as resistance, I hate friggin' trading view sometimes. If we drop down and this becomes resistance and we continue down, a likely point to catch a bounce is right here, and that is a 30% drop. If the market's correct, Bitcoin corrects with it. Again, like this guy Eric, I don't think he understands how correlated Bitcoin is with the US stock market. If the markets continue sideways and the markets continue up, Bitcoin is going to go higher. We know that. The last time we had that COVID crash, the Dow crashed, the S&P crashed, the NASDAQ crashed. Specifically, the Dow crashed 30%, Bitcoin crashed 60%. If the stock market crashes and you think Bitcoin is going to continue to go up and go to the moon, you are a complete idiot. Go back, look at historical data. Bitcoin is a risky asset. You can make a lot of money in it. The gains are insane when the markets are up. But if the market corrects, the last thing you want to be in is Bitcoin. Do you understand that? I know you've been watching the Moon Boys and drinking the Kool-Aid, but you're going to get yourself wrecked. If the market's correct, you do not want to be in Bitcoin. Trying to make that very clear. But that being said, while the markets are pushing up, you'd be an idiot not to be in Bitcoin. Other TA guys who are also good talk about 20,000. Look, everybody's talking about that gap, the CME futures gap right here. Again, that's what, 27,000. That would bring us down to my second strongest support level. That would be right here, guys. Again, the peak of the bull run 2.0 charts under BTC related if you have access to the charts. But that is right here. This is the next strongest support level on this chart. Right here, 27,262. Out here is 29,000. It's not like you can't dip below. It happens. We dip below, we push back up. So we could come down, find support, push back up, come down here, dip below. This is the lowest point we ever go again. We shoot back up. But again, if we drop, you have your targets to pay attention to. They have all been dead on accurate. Wake the F up, people. Go look at how time has told us what the year looks like, peak of the bull run. Eric, if I'm just gonna hide you from the channel because I think you're I think you ate a lot of paint chips as a child. There are loads of gaps below. Yeah, and I'm telling you, the first major gap below is right here. It matches with this chart. That's what I'm trying to show you. When you have different charts that match, this is a likely point to hold support. That also matches this gap right here. Right here. This is a CME futures chart. If we came down, this is that gap right here. If we filled that gap. The gap fills at 23,000, but it starts at 26,000 right there. So this is where that gap is. You can see this gap right here. So, you know, everybody's expecting that gap to get filled. It probably won't, just because they expect it to. Well, that's fine. So you guys have access to the charts. Have they been? They helped you make money when you've been trading them? Have they been accurate? Have they been off? Have you been successful with your trades? Obviously, those that are subscribed to my charts. I know a lot of people in Discord and on Twitter said that they were playing this chart, and it was pretty accurate. I mean, you can see we rode right down this ring right here, rode right down it. Notice he found support right here, pushed up as resistance, support, resistance, and we dropped. All right, good. Thank you. Still waiting for the gap to fill 7K. Michael, again, I've been trying to tell people if I expect the market to have a correction. And this whole time, the market's been pushing up higher and higher and higher and higher. As long as the markets are up, you should be bullish on Bitcoin. But when the market's correct, that's when you want to jump the hell out. Were you referring to Alessio Rastani? Yes, that is correct. And again, so what he was showing, let me, I got so much stuff on this chart. So what he was showing was this. So if we go to the monthly, and again, this, I think this is what he was on log scale. He was going back to what, 1928? Let me just copy this. I think I can paste it back in. So he was talking about this trend line right here. So 19, let's see. This is, all right, so this, I think this is the trend line. And yes, I did read some of the comments people were talking about, well, that is, you know, you only have 2 points, right? You've got this point here. This is the Great Depression right there. And then you had this one point we made contact right here. Right at this point. Well, let me bring this down a bit. So this is what he was saying, that since we're right at this point, do we push above it? Do we drop below it? What I'm showing you is if we are going to get rejected here and come down, that is what this ring is for, guys. That's what I'm trying to show you. Let me refresh this. Looks like trading is slow. That's what I'm saying. You can see every time we hit one of these rings, we get rejected. We got rejected, had a COVID crash. Got rejected, got rejected. I thought it was likely we would get rejected here and come down. Stimulus package passed. They had to. They knew something was about to happen. The chart showed that we were going to get rejected. We were testing this for like almost 3 weeks. The stimulus package passed, it pushed up. So again, this is a likely point to get rejected. If every time you get rejected, not to mention this is the same ring we bottomed on right here. So that seems like a likely top. Again, it could push higher. It's possible. I'm just saying if there's a point we get topped out with the Dow, that seems like a likely point top out. This orange fib circle has been dead on accurate. We could ride it up for years. Yeah, I guess anything is possible. But you know that guy, I don't know the guy's name, the Big Short. He's the one that shorted the real estate. He was saying there was a real estate bubble that was going to pop. Everybody thought he was crazy, out of his mind. And I think it took three years or so before it actually played out. But he was correct. That was the financial crisis in 2008, I think. He is actually predicting that there's going to be another crash. That there's a stock market bubble, a debt bubble. He was correct about the real estate bubble. I do think because everybody is bearish saying the stock market's going to crash, I do think it's likely we have more upside. Because if everybody's going to be shorting, they're going to push it up. But at the point when it pushes up and people start getting super, super bullish, that's when we come down. And guys, I'm trying to show you, this is the most likely point for that to happen. If the markets continue to push up, yeah, be long on Bitcoin. Bitcoin comes down and finds support. We're at support now. If you want to hold it right now, you know, ride it up. But I do think it's very possible we might get a slight correction with the Dow. But I do think that potentially we are headed up to this point right here. 34,600, 34,500. At this point, I think it's very likely we get rejected. Again, rejected. 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 We did get rejected. We were holding support, you know, on this fib channel line. They saved us. They released a U.S. stimulus package. So again, this is the point to watch. If we push above that, of course, we can go higher. But it just seems like this would be the point we would top out and come down. Guys, if I'm wrong and we do not top out here and the stock market continues up and goes higher and higher, I still believe this chart will play out. My target for you guys, you know, I have a video where I created this chart from scratch. My target, if we continue up, is right here. December 28, 2021, 322,000. Potentially over 300,000 by December 28, 2021. And people say, well, if you want to hit that target, you know, how can we have a correction? Guys, these are bars from our previous bull run. We've had corrections that have been pretty large. This right here was a 40% correction. This right here was another 41% correction. You don't think it's possible we could have a correction to come down to what, 39,000, 27,000 and still make it on our bull run? We could come down and test this, push back up, test this, come back up, and still be on track. We got plenty of time to hit that target. I'm just saying, these are points to watch out for tops and bottoms. But yeah, if the stock market has a major correction and it just slowly goes down lower and lower, Bitcoin's going to go with it. Bitcoin is a risky asset. But again, I'm just showing that a lot of calls I've made have been accurate. I called this top. You know, people said, "Oh, you're wrong. No, you said we were topped out at 42,000. We went all the way up to 60,000." That's true. But I did call this top, and this top dropped a total of 30%. I called this top right here. The animation I showed you, we dropped a total of 20%. So guys, if you want to know when to take your profit and buy back cheaper and increase your portfolio, having more Bitcoin, you know, that's what these charts are for, guys. Swing trading on the small time frame and the large time frame. I mean, that's not true. If you bought, you know, at $10,000 and you're still hodling, you're doing well. Even if it drops down to 30,000, who cares? But yeah, I'd rather sell the tops and buy the bottoms. That's why I created these charts in the first place. And if you do want to learn how to create these kind of charts, guys, I do have tutorials teaching you how to do that. This is a method I came up with. Again, if you want to subscribe, this is the link. These are the 3 plans I have. And if you want to get lifetime for $2.99, you get access to everything. Your full lifetime access. You access everything. Makes you a gold member in Discord. Then just contact me through the contact page. This is the link. But again, you can see we are holding support right here. This is the Euro chart. Support nailed. Multiple charts. This is one chart, showed support. This is 2 charts, this showed support. And I've talked about this target for a while. This is the B1 chart. I said load up B1 chart, load up C1 chart. Look, support, perfect support. And here's another chart, perfect support. So had you been following me on Twitter and you had access to the charts, you knew exactly where to buy to ride this up. So far we pushed up a total of almost 3%. All right, I'm gonna take a break for 1 sec. Don't forget, guys, if you do want to qualify to win one of these 2, and again, it's a 2020 American Eagle 1 ounce 0.99 silver brilliant uncirculated coin. It comes in a case. All you have to do is subscribe, leave a like, comment after the stream. Obviously, you can't comment during a stream, I don't think. But if you do that, the next live stream, I will pick those 2 winners using a random comment selector. So I'm gonna leave it on one of these charts. While I take a break, I'll be right back. We'll go through some of these charts, look at some targets. But again, watch. If we push up, a likely point to get rejected is right here. 57,456. Let me get these charts side by side. Let me see here. I gotta refresh my coffee, but I want to have these charts so you can watch them. This is the A1 chart. And I'll put this one on. I'll leave these 3 charts up right here. And again, the names of the charts right here. So this is a C1 chart. This here is the B1 chart. I guess we cover some altcoins in just a bit. I just want to show you how accurate these targets are. And watch right here. If we push up, watch this blue ring, guys. This is on the 1 hour. Let me put this on the let's put it on the 15-minute. If we push up, watch to see if you get rejected right here. 57,164. So watch that. And the name of this chart, this is the where the hell is my price label? Or my chart name. I guess I got rid of it. Anyways, this is the A1 chart, guys. See, watch, that blue ring has been a lot of support and resistance. So if we push up, you're looking for a point to get rejected. Right here at 57,155. You get above that, hey, we get more bullish. Let me put the name here so you can see it. Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to kill the mic and I'll be on in just a few. Again, guys, pay attention to the market's open in about 12 minutes. Actually, yeah, 9:30. The market's open in about 12 minutes, so we'll see what happens with the Dow. I'll load that chart up. Remember, I think it's very possible the Dow could push up to that point and possibly get rejected at that blue ring. We're going to watch that play out. It's very possible we push up to that point, we get a slight rejection, but I think we will continue up to that orange ring. And if that happens, again, I think you probably want to be in Bitcoin right now. You should have bought, again, obviously all of you don't have my charts, and you're not following me on Twitter. My Twitter is private. But again, I told you this was support. This was your next support. So again, 3 charts show this is support. You can see we're pushing up right now. I'm showing your current resistance. Your resistance right here on this chart, 59,000. Right here, 57,500. And this blue ring will be resistance. If we get above these resistance levels and hold support, then we're pushing up higher. And I'll have the Dow Jones chart up in just a minute. You can hear the coffee, I'm sure, in the background. I'll be back on the mic in about 5-10 minutes. And don't forget, if you do want to, if you want to win one of these 2, again, the next live stream, I'll pick the winners. If you want to win 2 of these 2020 American Silver Eagle coins, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and a comment on this stream after the stream. Next live stream, I'll pick the winners. Now I gotta find that chart. Hold on. Eric, you do understand that any exchanges in the U.S., Kraken, Coinbase, any one of the exchanges in the U.S., if you've made over $20,000 in profit and so many transactions, they by law have to send that information to the IRS. So if you got your whatever and you wrote down that you did not trade any crypto and you lied on that, and then all of a sudden Coinbase sends your information to the IRS, which by law they have to do that, you're going to get a phone call one day and they're going to say, hey, you know, on your tax form you wrote that you didn't buy or trade any crypto, and all of a sudden, you know, Coinbase sends something saying you made over $20,000 to $30,000 in profit. You're going to have to pay taxes on that, and if you don't, depending on how long it takes them to get in touch, you're going to pay penalties, fees, all kinds of fines. It's better just to pay your damn taxes. Do not mess around with the IRS. There's no statute of limitations on that. I mean, if they take 2 years to get in touch with you, you're going to have to pay your damn taxes, plus your fines and penalties. I do have a, let me see, I can give you my link. CryptoTrader.tax is what I use. If you guys want to use that, I can show you, I can give you that link. You save, I think, 10%. I get something because there's an affiliate link. The only affiliate link I have is actually for CryptoTrader.tax. I've turned down Bybit, I've turned down Binance, every single one of them. The only thing I have is this right here. This is the only affiliate link I've ever accepted. And that's to keep you guys from getting in trouble with the IRS. Right here. If you click that link, I've got a video where I show how it works. But if you click that link, you save 10%. And I get something for it too as well. But actually, it's pretty cool. You just go in, you link up all of your different exchanges you use, and it'll tell you how much you've made in gains, how much you've had in losses. Remember, if you had losses in the past, let's say you made over $20,000, so you know you're going to have to pay your taxes. Let's say you lost $3,000, $4,000, you can write that off on your taxes. So if you do get contacted by the IRS, at least you'll know what your gains are and your losses are, and it won't be the IRS saying, okay, well, you've made this much, you've lost this much, this is how much did you owe. You say, nope, actually, this is how much I've made, this is how much I lost, this is how much I owe you, take it, get the hell out of my house or office, wherever the hell you are. But I trust them. I wouldn't be giving you that link if I didn't trust them. And again, if you don't want to use my affiliate link, just go to CryptoTrader.tax. That's the direct link to the website. Hey, if you're outside the U.S., you know, do what you want to do. If you're in the U.S., again, if you've only made $10,000 or $15,000, I think you're probably safe. But guys, you know, if hey, I called the bottom down at $3,900. You guys bought in there. And you bought one Bitcoin, you're way over $20,000. And you'll know because they're gonna send they'll send something in the mail. So some of you probably already got one. Have any of you ever, or haven't you received anything from Coinbase? Those that are on Coinbase? Well, there you go. I guess that's why Eric's talking about it. He knows. But what I'm trying to show you guys is these charts, the way I create these charts, your support and resistance levels are mapped out, guys. I told you right here, 55,000, right on this yellow ring. Right here, this yellow trend line. This is your next support. This is your possible resistance. We're coming up on it right now. The market, the U.S. market's open in about 2 minutes. Let's see if we get rejected at this blue ring. Let's see if we hit it and get rejected. Coming right up on it. If we touch the daily moving average in the next few days, it's going to be 12 this time. Is that a sign that BTC is getting very tired and out of gas? Look, I still think eventually we're going to test the 20-week moving average. I can tell you this, I think we still have a little further up to go with the markets. I'm trying to tell you, Bitcoin's correlated with the U.S. markets. The markets are up, Bitcoin is up. The last time our previous all-time high, we had a pretty good drop. We put in another all-time high. We just had another drop. We could push up much higher. I think we have one more leg up, and I gave you targets to watch. But I do think at some point the Dow is going to have a correction, the NASDAQ, the S&P. When that happens, Bitcoin's going to come down just like the last time. And I believe the dollar is pushing up. I showed you how it's correlated with the DXY. The IRS doesn't care about anything except you paying your fair share, what they think is a fair share. Guys, what the U.S. is in debt, what is it? Is it 10 trillion, 12 trillion, something like that? I mean, I think, I'm not sure what the GDP is, but I don't think we're actually, the GDP is enough to pay off that debt. I think the U.S. will become insolvent at some point. Again, the debt bubble is getting to the point where they're not going to be able to pay it back. Look at that blue ring where we're getting rejected right there. The left chart right here. Just showing you, when you've got these rings, guys, you have targets to watch. This is an ideal point to short right here, 57,163. Not saying we can't go higher. Again, every one is a gamble. Every single trade is a gamble. But what I'm showing you on this chart, if every time we hit this blue ring, it becomes support. Look at this resistance back here. Resistance, flipped as support. We had a lot of support right here. So if we come up, you could get rejected and start coming down lower. And if you look at the MACD on the, right here, this MACD is on the 4-hour. It looks like it could have a little bit more downside. It looks like this is about to start curling up. This could start rolling over. So again, we could have a little more downside, or we could potentially this could start pushing back up. All right, let's see what's going on with the Dow. I'm just going to open up another chart. Where's this one right here? I'm just going to load a new chart. All right, give me one sec. All right. It is very possible we could get rejected right here. And let's see what happens. We're pushing up right now. This right here is the next fib channel line to possibly get rejected. Notice we got rejected just a little bit before we came down. So we could have a slight correction here before pushing up higher. And again, guys, your target to the upside, the Dow continues up. It is very likely that we'll get topped out right up here. Let me make this big so you can see it. And your current point to possibly get a rejection is right here. And if we come down, a likely support level, again, you got support here, you got this ring here, and this is right here at around your first possible support, 31,196. And then again, your next is 27,500 down here. But let's see what happens. I'm very curious to see if we get rejected at this blue ring, which is very possible, guys. I'm telling you, this blue ring's been a lot of support and resistance. We're right at it right now. But if we get above and hold support above 57,395, which also matches this target here. If you get above and hold support, I would be bullish for a lot more upside. Until that happens, it's possible we could go down further. And that current resistance right here is 57,141. Buy the dip right now, huh? Well, let's see if the Dow gets rejected right there at 33,000, starts coming down. You know what's going to happen with Bitcoin. But again, guys, my Twitter is private. If you want, again, live streams, it takes time to set them up and run these. Videos take a while to, you know, set it up, process it, upload it. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know, I tell you what charts to look at, where your support and resistance is. It's fast, it's quick. So that's why the first place I go is Twitter. And then, you know, I'll make a post on Discord here and there as well. Discord, you know, it's a community. Everybody's there. They help each other out. If you use leverage, want to know what exchange to use, they share their own charts. Hey, I'm just saying, as long as the market's pushed up, it looks like the markets will continue to push up. I'm telling you to watch the Dow, specifically the Dow, to get rejected around 34,600. Potentially, that could be the top, guys. Well, I agree. That's why I have the peak in December 2028 around 300,000. I still think we could correct another 40-50% and still push up. But if the stock market has you know, if it's the Great Reset, the Great Depression 2.0, I'm sorry, Bitcoin is not going higher. You can kiss 90,000, 100,000 goodbye. But if the markets continue up, hey, stay in Bitcoin. If the dollar starts crashing, again, you're an idiot not to be in Bitcoin. So who's short right now? Who's long right now? Actually, who bought my support that I showed right here? Who bought support? The tweet that I made this morning. I said, watch C1 chart. We're at support. Watch the B1 chart. Who bought at that support level? And do take note, though, the MACD does have a little downside, it looks like, at least on the 4 hour. You're long? Guys, that was to the dollar. The second candle right here, right to the dollar, guys. Right to the dollar. Right there. Right there, the second candle, right to the dollar. Two charts, nailed support. So let's see if we get rejected at that blue ring if we push up higher. Oh, you missed it. And again, your first resistance to watch, and these match right here. If we get above this blue ring, this will be very strong resistance, 57,410. This matches completely with this chart right here. So if you're looking for a 0.2 short, I'm not saying it's going to go down a lot. Maybe we push through it, but I'm saying these points match right here. 57,410, 57,435. This is your next strong resistance to watch. And if we push higher, your next strongest resistance above is right here. You can see your current support from the tweet. Make sure you guys can read that. And let's see what the Dow is doing. The Dow's up 102 points. Let's see if we get rejected. Nice, Ron. AE, if your Twitter request is pending, you need to email me and I'll take care of it. Again, if you sign up to my charts, you have to email me to get access to the Discord and to get for me to accept your Twitter follow request. Rob, what are you talking about, Windows? You do understand that when they print money, the money is backed by something. A lot of people say it's not backed by anything, they just print money. It actually is backed by something. It's backed by something called debt. That is why we have a deficit. That's why it's over 10 trillion right now and climbing. It is backed by something. My age is totally irrelevant. A lot of heavily followed Twitters say 38,000, 41,000 soon. I can tell you that I do have a target below this around 38,000, 39,000. That is on the peak of the bull run chart. That is a very likely target. I can say that that is the first major support. I think that's probably where the 20-week moving average will be. If that breaks, your next likely support, coincidentally, at 27,000, is right there at the CME gap. I'm not saying CME gaps have to be filled, but that is one big ass gap. And if we did come down and fill it just because I have a target down there, hey, that's your next support. Maybe from that point we continue on to our bull run. Maybe the markets continue up. But if you do have access to my charts, make sure you pay attention. If the Dow pushes up and hits this ring and you're looking for an ideal point to short the Dow, this is where you do it, 34,606. And if you're looking for the next point to short Bitcoin, if we get above that blue ring, which we might not, the blue ring currently is right here at 57,156. We can't get above that, probably come down. If we do, both of these charts match. 57,435, these charts are charted different ways. 57,435, 57,394. This would be the ideal point to chance a short. Right here. You can't. Actually, you could do 3 times leverage before, but regulations in the U.S. you can't do leverage. I think they had 3 times leverage. The only way you can short on Bitcoin or short any crypto with Coinbase is to sell and then buy at support. That's how I do it. I buy at support, sell at resistance. I don't use leverage. There's people in our Discord, Buck. He shorted one of my rings. He used 100 times leverage, made $63,000 profit. He did that in a matter of, what, an hour? Insane. Yeah, I wouldn't use leverage. I'd be a nervous wreck. Yeah, I just sell the top and buy at support. You know, when we got to, I'd have to go back and look. When we got to 48,200, whatever that was, that's where I took my profit, bought back on the blue ring, sold at resistance, bought back on the blue ring. I mean, those were huge swings. You had your resistance, you had your support. You buy, you sell, you buy, you sell. If you're playing with one Bitcoin, you know, you have $2,000 moves, you just made $2,000 minus your fees. For me to buy in with one full Bitcoin, it's $100 to buy and $100 to sell. So if I make a bad trade and I get out, I lost $200 right off the bat. So I like to be pretty sure about where I buy and sell. See, I don't see how you guys do that. Seriously, that's insane. But look, we're getting rejected right at this ring, guys. I'm telling you. The rings and the fib channel lines. Again, I think smart money knows something is coming. That's why the dollar is pushing up. You know, a lot of these people, maybe, you know, this stimulus check, these Robin Hooders, Oh, I got my money, the stock market's up, good investment, let's invest in Bitcoin, let's invest in the stock market. I can tell you this, as long as you see Grayscale still running their advertisements on TV, because they advertise like all day long. I don't know what channels you watch. But when you start seeing Grayscale stop running their ads, that's probably the time you want to get the hell out. I hope you're right, Eric. I hope you're right. You know, I think a lot of people have made a lot of money. Maybe at some point it's time to take your profit and say, you know what, I've made enough money. I'm happy with how much I made. I'm gonna abide by the law and pay my taxes. Or you can stay in and hope it goes up higher and doesn't crash. I'm just trying to tell you, pay attention to the markets. If you see the market start correcting or crashing, take your profit, get the hell out, play it safe. In the meantime, you know, if you want to buy support, sell at resistance, sign up to my charts. That's what they're for. Well, I guess hodling and chilling is fine. When we were 10,500 or somewhere around there, I said it is very possible the stock market would crash and Bitcoin would crash. It did. I took my profit there. I bought back at 3,900 and got, what was a 50% bounce when we hit that target. So, hey, you know, hodl if you want, but I'm happy I sold at 10,000 and bought back at 3,900. I guess you could have hodled down, but again, it looked like it was going to crash. Took my profit. I found the bottom. I showed you the peak of the bull run chart, that red ring, nailed the bottom. Bought back there. I was happy. Well, thanks, Eric. But again, if you do want to access these charts, guys, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. And I can show you the charts I have. I don't know, we're getting rejected. I'll go through in a bit and show you the charts I have available on the website. But again, if you do want to subscribe, this is the link. And if you want to get lifetime, just email me through the contact page and I'll give you directions. But look, we're getting rejected right at this blue ring, guys, right here. This blue ring has been very strong support. So that's why I said it could be very strong resistance. And the MACD has some downside. Notice the Dow starting to drop a bit. Good morning, Elliot. But I do think it's very likely that we get a small correction on the Dow at this blue ring. It starts coming down. People get bearish. Oh, this is the top. It's going to drop. We have a major correction. Bitcoin will drop with it. And then I guarantee you it's going to push back up. People are going to start getting bullish on the stock market again, bullish on Bitcoin. And then we hit this point, you're going to get one hell of a correction on the Dow and Bitcoin as well. That is my prediction. And just so you're aware, if we do get above 57,000, let's say 500, we hold support there, guys. We have much higher to go. But that MACD on the 4 hour looks like it could get nasty right down here. Yeah, thanks for being here, BC, and your support. Okay, so your question, good time to buy Bitcoin. Look, my charts are for swing trading. When you should have bought Bitcoin was here at 55,000. When I said, look guys, load up the B1 chart, load up the C1 chart, we're at support, that is where you bought. It's up to you how long you stay in. Again, I'm showing you this blue ring is resistance. We're coming down. So at this point, you should have taken your profit. You can chance it that it goes higher. Right now, we're getting rejected. I was showing you why this blue ring will be strong resistance. If we push above and hold support, I would buy back in above 57,500. Right now, as far as I'm concerned, we have more downside. Just because we're at support doesn't mean we have to continue up. It just means you get a bounce. Support levels are just that. They're a point to catch support. Whether it holds or not, that's yet to be seen. I'm just showing you the MACD on the 4-hour. It looks like we have more downside. And I'm trying to show you the power of these fib circles. They help you find tops. They help you find bottoms. We rode right down that blue ring and that yellow ring. Again, and I showed you that. I'll come back and show you other support levels. If on this chart, if we drop, your next support is right here, 54,357. Your next strong support, 52,465. I think that matches with the next target on the CME futures. A very, very strong support. This is at an angle. Depends on when you make contact. This is around 49,757. And your next strongest support on this chart, 46,170. Well, 46,150. But again, depends on when you make contact. I'm just showing you we are below a very strong, it was strong support. Now it's going to be strong resistance. So it seems likely if we can't push above this, we're coming back down to hit some lower targets. If we get above, and hold support, then we have some upside to think about. Yeah, a lot of these look like lines if you're zoomed in a lot. But if you zoom out, see the bigger picture, you realize they're actually fib circles. And remember, when I create these charts, it's based on trend lines. I use fib channels to create these charts based on the trend lines. A fib channel is nothing more than a fib retracement at an angle. Once I get these charts set up, you can see how accurate they are. I create fib circles based off of these charts. That's why the fib circles are so accurate. I'm not randomly placing a ring or guessing or saying, oh, that looks about right. I actually found a technique once you create the chart. So when you add a fib circle, you know for a fact price will respect it. You have to watch my tutorials to understand that. It is $149 to get 6-month access. But again, if you do lifetime for $299, you get access to everything for life. That includes stocks, bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. And you become a gold member. Again, we're watching your first resistance. Let me zoom in on this a bit. So your first resistance that we need to see if we get above right here is this blue ring. If we cannot get above it, we're coming down lower. Your next resistance you watch, and it matches this chart right here. I'm going to make this a different color. Leave this purple. This is a likely point to get rejected. Two charts match. Again, I tell you all the time, if you have multiple charts charted different ways, showing that, again, a matching target right here. This is a likely point to get rejected. That's what this arrow is here for. Point too short. Well, thank you, Nikita. Aw, look at you guys getting along. Yeah, I don't know what that man took, but hey, if whatever he took allowed him to find what he did, more power to him. Yeah, Francisco, so again, it's for $39 a month. It's recurring. You get access to bitcoins, altcoins, precious metals, Discord, and Twitter. For $59 a month, I think that's what it is, you get access to stocks. For $149, you get access to my tutorials. I have 5 tutorials teaching you my method I came up with, how to create these charts from scratch. If you want to pay lifetime, you can pay with crypto or PayPal. If you want to go that route for $299, you get access to everything. One-time payment, and that's it. You're in for life. It's $299. Contact me through the contact page to give you information how to sign up. Yeah, your next strongest resistance that I see, your first resistance you get above is 57,100. You get above that, it looks likely you'll get rejected at 57,450. You get above that, it's time to buy in and ride it up a little higher. If not, I think a perfect point to put in a short. Again, 57,455 looks like a great point to enter a short. It could go higher, but if you wanted to find a point to put in a safe short or a safer point to short, that blue price, that purple price level would be the point to do it. When we had a COVID crash, everything crashed. Bitcoin, gold, all of the markets, silver, the dollar, everything crashed. But the first thing to recover, guys, what was the first thing to recover when everything crashed? Come on, I know you guys know if you've been following me. What was the first asset to recover when everything was crashing? Come on, you're purposely getting the answer wrong. Come on. The hint was right there in the question. No, 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 yes. Willie, congratulations, you win. That is right. The US dollar was the first thing to recover because when everything is crashing, the world currency is what people jump into as a hedge. It's USD, and there's no L there. Nope, that is incorrect. The first thing to recover was the dollar, while everything was coming down. When we had a COVID crash, the only thing that crashed the hardest, the asset that got hit the hardest was Bitcoin. If you were in gold, you didn't lose as much as you did in Bitcoin. If you were in silver, you didn't lose as much. If you were in the stock market, you didn't lose as much. If you were in Bitcoin, you lost the most. And I'm telling you, if another correction happens, it will be the same damn thing. Yeah, Charmin stock probably did go through the roof. And we'll cover the US dollar, guys. We'll go back. But again, I'm just saying I think we're due for one little correction with the Dow Jones. It's been pushing up like crazy. We have one little correction. People are like, oh, this is it. It's going down. It's crashing. If you go under YouTube and you type stock market analysis, everybody's talking about a crash. And I believe a crash is coming, but just because everybody's talking about it, everybody's expecting it to drop, that's why I believe we've got one more leg up after a little correction. I think Bitcoin has one more leg up. We're probably going to get one more new all-time high. Again, I've got charts showing you targets. We'll go through some of those targets in just a minute. I think the best chart for that is peak of the bull run, and under BTC related, the Coinbase, I think it's the weekly and daily moving averages. We'll go over those targets. But I think we have one more all-time high to put in. Very possible. One more leg up for the stock market. And at that point, I think that's when everything starts coming down. And I know my peak of the bull run chart, guys. I know that is 300,000. That chart's been very accurate. If markets do not correct and they continue up, I think we are headed to 300,000 by December 28th, 2021. I do believe that. But if the market's correct, that could be when we come down and test the 20-week or maybe fill that gap below. If the markets recover from there, we're off to do the bull run. But if we have a major, major crash, Bitcoin is, again, bull run's on hold. It's canceled till the next few years. Yeah, again, just go into YouTube and type stock market analysis. Everybody's saying it's going to crash, it's coming down. Even Alessio talking about a possible crash. He said, I know they're careful. They say, well, maybe it's possible, not likely. But they have to be careful. Nobody wants to say for sure it'll go up or it'll go down, because if they're wrong, they catch a lot of crap. That's why I catch a lot of crap from people in here. I've been right sometimes, I've been wrong sometimes. The only thing I've been wrong about is I thought we would have a crash with the stock market a long time ago. But you know what? I think the whole damn thing is a Ponzi. I'm not calling Bitcoin a Ponzi. I'm calling the stock market a Ponzi. And Bitcoin is correlated with the stock market. So if the stock market's a Ponzi that could possibly pop and crash, Bitcoin's coming down just because it follows the markets. All right, I'm going to hop off the mic for a sec. See how this plays out. Got to water my plants. Yeah, you didn't miss much. Basically, this whole stream, Bitcoin's going to the moon. That's about it. So just be in Bitcoin. If you're not in Bitcoin, you're missing out on all the gains. Be in Bitcoin, smart. Not be in Bitcoin, not smart. That's it, pretty much. So, Eric, if that's the case, if the bull run doesn't end till the end of this year, let's say this month, the U.S. markets have a major correction. Let's say they drop 20%, 30%. Do you think the Bitcoin bull run is going to continue? So you believe if the markets correct or crash, you believe Bitcoin will continue on its bull run? Okay, well then you have not listened to one thing I've said. Bitcoin is a risky asset. There's a lot of gains to be made. It is the most risky asset there is. You can make a lot of gains when the markets are up. When the markets correct, Bitcoin corrects harder. If the markets are correcting, the first thing they're going to jump out of is Bitcoin. Grayscale as well. They will take their profit. They will dump on your ass. They've got investors that have lots of money in. They're not going to hodl to the bottom with their money. I'm sorry. You see the Dow's already getting a correction. I don't think a lot of people do own a full Bitcoin. I mean, there's some. I think a lot of people just like to trade with leverage. That's how you make money. If you don't have a lot of money, you use leverage. You long at support, you short at resistance. I don't advise using leverage because you'll get one of those crazy wicks to stop you out. But if you know what you're doing, you can make some good money. Again, these charts, these charts are very accurate for finding support and resistance levels, so long and short. I'm sure plenty of people that have access to my charts can attest to that. Feel free to share. All right, we just pushed above that blue ring. Let's see what happens if we hit 57,455. Let's see if we get rejected. The Dow is down 50 points. As I said, the last time, look, this blue ring right here. This last time we got close to this blue ring, we got rejected and came down. So as I'm saying, it's possible we have a slight correction from this point before potentially, we'll come down, people will get bearish, start panicking, we'll have one more leg up, guys. And I do think the top for the Dow will be right here, 34,600. Yeah, it's using leverage is risky. So we're above this ring. Let's see what happens when we hit this target, guys, right here. This is the A1 chart. This is the B1 chart. This right here is the C1 chart right here. See if we get rejected. We might not make it above that blue ring. Shorting is betting on the price to go down. Longing is betting on the price to go up. In 2 words, up, down. Or down, up. Yes. So if you're using Coinbase or Kraken, since you can't use leverage, shorting and longing would be you're at support, you buy, you're longing, betting it's going to go up. If you're at resistance, shorting would be selling, betting on the price to go down. If you're using leverage like on Binance or Bybit, longing with leverage means you expect it to go up. You're betting on the price to go up with leverage. Shorting means you're betting on the price to go down. If you make a good trade, you can make a lot of profit depending on what your leverage is, how many times leverage. But if you get it wrong, you get it wrong big. And guys, if you rewind back, you can see I showed these charts, that A1 chart on the 5-minute, how accurate it was. So, you know, I don't want this stream to go too long. I want people to be able to actually watch the whole stream. And by the way, if you're listening right now, at the beginning of the stream, I did not have my mic icon on. I've been talking through this whole stream. Well, actually, you know, it's up to you to give it a like, but if you do give it a like, you get a chance to win one of these. I'm giving 2 of these away. So if you leave a like, comment, and subscribe, I'm giving 2 of these away. So the next live stream, I'll do a random comment selector to pick the winner. So you can't comment till after the stream's over. But again, you'll win. There'll be 2 winners, 2 coins. 2020 American Eagle 1 ounce, 0.999 silver, brilliant, uncirculated. This is what you will receive. We pay for shipping. Doesn't cost you a dime. But you have to be subscribed, you have to leave a like, and you have to leave a comment, because the comment's what I use to pick the winner. Alright guys, we are at resistance. Let's see if we get rejected or if we push above. If we push above and hold support, guys, that's bullish for more upside. Well, thank you, Mark. Yeah, I mean, all I can do is show my charts and just, I mean, I put a lot of time into these charts to help you know support and resistance. That is why I made a tweet. I said, we're at support right here on the C1 chart. This is your next support level on the B1 chart. We hit it. We found support to the dollar. To the dollar. We're pushing up. So this is the point you long. This is the point you buy. I'm telling you that this is the point to watch to get rejected. We're coming up on this right now. 57,455. 2 charts. So this is resistance. So if you wanted to short this point, you could short now or you could wait till we hit it. But this would be an ideal point. Again, it's always a gamble. But because this has been strong support, it will flip as strong resistance. So it is very possible this is what will happen. We'll push up and get it rejected and start coming back down. If we push above and hold support, you would buy at support, ride it up. Well, it's not just the Dow Jones, guys. It's also the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. The reason I'm using the Dow Jones is because that's the chart I used to predict the last crash. And that is the chart that every time we hit one of these orange rings, we get rejected or get a pump when we push above it. Usually when the markets have a major correction, they all correct together. So that's why I'm saying if the Dow pushes up to that target and gets rejected and starts coming down, chances are the other markets will be coming down as well. And if that happens, yes, Bitcoin will come down with it. If it pushes above that ring and I'm wrong, guys, be long on Bitcoin. To the moon we go. But yeah, if the Dow pushes up 100, 200 points, 300 points, drops 300 points, and the NASDAQ, S&P is still flat, you probably won't see much of a difference. But again, if the Dow crashes 1,000, 2,000 points, something is going on, and all the other markets will be coming down as well. But you can see we didn't quite touch that line yet. I mean, I would say wait till we make contact with it, and we might not even make it to it. You could short now or wait till you get to 57,450 and then short from that point. But I'm just telling you, that is strong resistance. So this would be the ideal point to potentially put in a short. Your choice. The MACD on the 4-hour looks like it's got some more downside right over here. So let's see if we get rejected. I don't know. I could load up Ethereum. This is more just for Bitcoin. I did cover Theta to show you how accurate that chart was. You know, I could make a video after this, and I'll just go through and do like a speed video given price targets. But I think Ethereum, my target, my upside target, I think is $2,000. Let me see here. Let me move this over. So if you do, so this is my website, guys. If you sign up, so notice right here it says email me to follow me on Twitter and for our Discord link. If you click this link, it takes you right to the Discord. So these are the Bitcoin charts on the website, just to show you. So this is the A1. This is A1 in the 5-minute, B1, C1. All of these charts have been useful. I mean, pick the one you like. All of these have support and resistance levels. These are BTC related. This week we can load up Bitcoin dominance. Let me load this one up. So right here, notice we came up to resistance right here. Again, when dominance is topped out, this is resistance right here. This is something you could have used to know, hey, potentially this is where we're coming down. We used it here and here. Dominance was topped out. That was a point to potentially watch for Bitcoin for the price to start dropping. Dominance, this has been a very accurate chart. Dominance got topped out. So look, we're coming up on support right here. So it is very possible, this is your support for dominance at 62.03. If that holds and dominance starts pushing back up, you want to be long on Bitcoin. So again, there's different charts to use. I'm just showing you they're BTC related. This is where Bitcoin dominance is. This is where you get peak of the bull run 2.0. This is the chart, the dollar index versus Bitcoin. This is the Bitstamp weekly and daily CME futures chart, as I was showing you before right here. Pay attention to the support. You can see the CME futures is pushing up. CME futures is at 57,250. Your next strongest support is 54,220, 45,120. And again, if we do come down and fill that gap, you're looking at potentially 26,000 to 23,775. Again, that matches the target on the peak of the bull run chart. I have some others long. So, and these are swing trading charts on the smaller time frame if you just want to swing trade. So this is a Binance. This is just if you want to swing trade using the ribbon right here. Just, you know, buy the ribbon, buy the ribbon, buy the ribbon, breaks the ribbon, you short. And this 200 exponential moving average, you can see right here, bounce, bounce, push below it. We broke it, we came down. So we might come up and test it right here. So I gave you swing trading charts. For altcoins, if you go to access charts, you click on altcoins. I have Theta, which you can see how accurate that chart's been. I showed you that. This is the Theta chart, I think, right here. You can see how accurate this has been. This is where I published the chart March 11th. I mean, look at that. Topped out right here, came down to support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. I mean, rode right up this channel. And then this is where I added the that fib circle. Let me refresh it. So you notice this fib circle added right here. Watch how well it respects that fib circle. Support, wrote bounce, 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 bounce. Rode right down the inside of this ring. Came up as resistance, and then we found resistance here. So just the Theta chart alone, you can see how accurate that's been. And then again, I got Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum. Let's load up Ethereum. Let's see here. I have the most recent charts, Ethereum E1 and E2. So notice this was our resistance right here for Ethereum. It became support and resistance. We ended up getting rejected. This was your next support below. So look, your upside target according to this chart is 1,887. We push above that. Your next resistance is right here close to 2,000. This is 1,976. Your current support on this chart is 1,793. And your next strongest support below, you got double support, guys, right here. Double support. You got this fib channel line and you've got this fib channel line right here. That is around 1,616. That'd be a great buy-in if we had a drop. Let me see here. This is the other. This is the E2 version. Let's see what this one shows. And this is the one I said I need to update. But your current resistance right above on this chart is right here at 1,824. If we drop, your next strongest support below is going to be down here around, and that matches that of the chart, 1,626. But just to show you guys, so Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Litecoin, you see all the Ethereum charts I have. I have swing trading charts for Ethereum as well, like I showed you Bitcoin. Litecoin, XRP, XLM, Neo, Cardano, Chainlink, Tezos, BSV, Comp, VeChain, EOS, Polkadot, OMG, Wi-Fi, DeFi, Libra. If you click on stocks, I have, you can see all the Dow Jones charts I have. Apple, Google, GDX, ETF, Trust Gold Miners, QQQA, I have 2 versions of that. High yield bonds, Tesla, Amazon, Facebook. Tesla, what's pretty interesting about Tesla is they had the split. This is my most recent chart for Tesla. Look at this pivot ring right here. Tesla was coming down. Again, I give you pivot rings, guys. Look at this. Tesla was coming down. Look what happened when we crossed this ring. Pump. Again, pivot rings. When you cross a ring, something's going to happen. It was a perfect pivot to push up. That's an example of a pivot ring. Let me show you my order Tesla chart. This is what's, okay, not this one. Hold on. I think it's this one. So when stocks split, I think you can see it on here. Let's see. This is on the 1 day. This is not on log scale. I need to find that other chart. But when Tesla split, it actually still matched. I mean, you can see we came up respecting these rings. You can hardly see these rings right here, but respecting those rings. Notice we came up. We came down, we found support right to the tick on this ring, came up as resistance right here. Your next resistance above for Tesla is $738. Your current support is 609. I need to update the fib channels on this chart. Your next resistance is 798. But look at this yellow ring right here. This yellow ring was resistance, resistance. We pushed up respecting the fib channel lines. Look where we topped out, right here at this ring. Came down, it was resistance, support. As soon as we broke above this ring, we had a pump. So again, that's just showing you using fib circles. You can find potential tops and bottoms. That's what I'm saying. The same thing with the Dow Jones chart. But anyways, Amazon, Facebook, Cleveland Cliffs, Maxar Technologies, the U.S. dollar index, Boeing, J.P. Morgan, Lockheed Martin, S&P, bunch of S&P charts, oil, euro, USD, NVIDIA, Netflix, natural gas, Nifty 50, Russell 2000, NASDAQ, Pfizer, PayPal, BioNTech. BioNTech, I made that chart because of the vaccine. And we are getting rejected. That was your point to short. I hope you did. Right here, this is the point you short. Strong resistance or strong support flips to strong resistance. Yeah, Bitcoin's right here, guys. We're watching it. I'm telling you, if I was you, if I was a gambler and I was looking for a point, I would have shorted right there at 57,455. We have not touched it yet, but it does look like we're probably going to head down. If you want to wait till we make actual contact with it, again, we're probably already coming down from this point. But I think that is the ideal point to short if you wanted a safe short from right there. Why 48,000? I don't know what you're referencing. Why 48,000? I can tell you that these are support levels. This right here. All right, so my strongest support levels on this chart is 49,000 and 46,000. If you want larger targets, you go to the peak of the bull run chart or the the Bitcoin daily with the moving averages. And I can cover these charts again, but again, you can just rewind the damn stream and see what I was talking about at the beginning of it. But it does look like we're probably going to get rejected and start coming back down. Nice. I hope it pays off. Again, I wouldn't tell you to potentially short here if I didn't believe this would be strong resistance. There's no guarantee, but again, this has been very strong support resistance going way back. So this is the point you would put in a short if you wanted to chance it. It's a safer gamble. It's still a gamble. Well, if you're shorting, I would short down to, again, this was our support below right here, 55,182. And right here, this was also support. This yellow ring will continue to be support, possibly 54,881. I don't have UMA yet. Stop spamming or get hit from the channel. Well, again, you shouldn't have put in a short order if you don't know what you're doing. All right, you're hit from the channel. I gave you a warning. I'm going to put you in timeout in case you're deaf. Should I go in right now with 1,000 for long term? No. Again, if you're looking for another entry point, look, here's what I'm telling you. If you followed me on Twitter, if you're watching me, if you had access to the charts, I told you where to buy. You buy right here. This is where you should have gone in. This is where you would have bought, right here. Right here. You can see we pushed up from this point. Right now, it could go, you're at resistance, so it seems more likely we come down. So would I enter Bitcoin? No. Would I enter now? Hell no. It's possible we get rejected from this point. If we come down and test this support again, I might buy here. If you're looking for another point to enter, if we push above and hold support, I would enter at 57,475 because we could possibly hold support and push higher. Until that happens, I would only be short right now. But let's see if we get rejected. And let's see how accurate these charts are. And again, if you're new right now, rewind the stream back to the beginning and watch it. I cover all these charts. All right, be right back. And let's see what the Dow is right now. Hold on. All right, Dow went back in the positive. Up and down, up and down. All right, real quick question. Those of you, I've seen some comments about this on Twitter. How many of you, since you paid for the lifetime, using my charts has already paid for that lifetime access? Again, it's $2.99 for lifetime. I'm curious how many people have used my charts and it already paid for itself. You can tell the truth. If you got wrecked and you lost money and it was the worst decision you ever made, tell me. Well, thank you. All right, well, it sounds pretty positive so far. Mostly all. I didn't pay lifetime though. I pay monthly for over a year and a half. Should have gotten lifetime. We'll get on lifetime now. Well, thank you, Jay, Kelly, all of you guys. I appreciate it. And again, guys, I try to create these charts to show you your most important support and resistance levels and show you why it's likely, if you hit a certain point, why you would get rejected, why that's where you're potentially short, show you how to read the charts, where's the potential point you would long from. And if you understand how to read the charts, you can make safer trades. You can get an advantage over others. Nice. Adonius? You haven't joined yet. Well then, alright. Well, I guess you don't need to sign up. And look, we're back under that blue ring as resistance, and we're coming down. Again, another short opportunity. If you go back and you watch my previous live streams, go back and watch the last 3 live streams I did. I gave you a perfect point too long, if you remember that stream like 3 streams ago. The next stream I gave you a perfect point too short. And then this stream I'm giving you another point too short. If you had access to my Twitter, I gave you a point too long. But again, just the streams alone, I'm showing you these charts, live, how they play out. And again, it's not that complicated. It's just trend lines, guys. If you understand trend lines, if you zoom out of a chart, have a blink chart, you start drawing trend lines, you find out where your support and resistance levels are, that's the most important thing. These Fib channel lines are based off of a trend line. When you set up the Fib channel, and there's, like I said, it's like a Fib retracement. So when you push up, this is a Fibonacci number compared to this one. So if we push up, this is a likely point to get rejected. If you push above that, your next point to get rejected is right up here. So if that's what I'm saying. If we push up and hold support, your next likely point is 60,244. But you have resistance right above on the A1 chart. If you push above this point, your next resistance is 57,881. So again, compare different charts. I gotcha. Well, just send me an email. Again, if you want to email me, just go to the website, click on the contact page. You just need to copy my email address. Send me an email. I'll get you set up. I answer all emails after the stream. But I do want to keep this running to see if we get rejected at 57,475. I do think that was potentially I think we have a little bit more downside. If we get above it, then I think you should get bullish. All right, right back. I'm drinking way too much coffee. Jay, to answer your question, so when you go to the website and you right click, well, if you're on Windows, if you use a mouse, you can right click. But if you hold down your finger, if you're on a mobile, you right click on it, hit open a new tab or open a new window. That way you can have multiple charts open in different windows. That's how I do it. If you just click it, it's just going to load up the chart. If you click it again, it'll replace that window with the same chart. So again, if you want to have multiple windows, just right click, click open a new tab, open a new window. That's how it is in Chrome. In Safari, I'm sure they have something similar. But I have noticed people said they have issues with TradingView on Safari. So again, Chrome is probably the best to use. What is your lifesaver when you are trapped in the middle of nowhere in the desert? Water or Steve? Thank you for asking, but I choose Steve. If you're in the middle of the desert and you just have me, you're still going to die of thirst. And if we both have water, I'm going to take your water and you're going to die of thirst. So listen, regards to price labels, look, if I'm using charts, like right now I'm currently using the A1, the B1, and the C1 chart. Those are the main three charts I'm making tweets about. I keep the price labels updated on those. The other charts, I'm not always loading those charts up. I prefer not to have price labels, but everybody wants me to have them on there. Understand as price moves along, the price labels will be to the left. I have hundreds of charts. I can't update the price labels on all of them, but it's not necessary because you know what the price is. You look to the right here. The price is to the right. When you get to this point right here where I said to short, you look to the right. The price is 57,472. So let me go through this. I just showed you where to short from. If you put in a short, you're probably doing pretty well right now. So let me show you why this is the case. Let's inspect this chart. I'm going to get rid of the MACD, the RSI. So right here, you can clearly see, let me put this in the larger time frame. Put this on the 30-minute. Actually, let me put it on the 45-minute. So this is why I was saying, look at this trend line. Look how I made this chart. And again, if you watch my tutorials, I teach you how to create these charts. I teach you how to find the trend lines. I teach you how to create the fib channels. I teach you how to create the fib circles from the fib channels, fib turtles. So this was support. This was support. This was support and resistance. It came back up as resistance. Flipped as support. Came up as resistance, support, more support. Again, just showing you why this is an important resistance level. We pushed up as resistance, 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 resistance. Got rejected. Pushed up as resistance again. We had a pump. And you can see we came down as support right here. Again, very important trend line. That's what I'm saying. These are what I search for. When you find these trend lines, you create your fib channels based off the trend lines. You can come up with amazing targets. Support, support, support. All right. Well, if you found support and resistance that far back, what happens when you break this support? We came down, we found support, We broke it. We came back up. It is now very, very strong resistance. That's why I said this is the point to short. I don't think anybody else has this trend line right now. It's possible. We have it. I told you this is a likely point to short. We're coming down. I also said pay attention to this blue fib circle. This blue fib circle, look, we pushed up. We got a slight rejection. We got a pump. Where did we pump up to? Exactly to this blue ring. Came back down. It found support. Where did we hit? Blue ring to the tick. To the tick. To the tick. Came down to support. Perfect resistance. Hit this yellow ring. Perfect resistance again. Then we came down. Where do we find support? Right on this blue ring. What happens when you push back up? Rings are just like fib channel lines. They become resistance. So you have a blue ring as resistance to come down. You have your fib channel line resistance to come down. That is just this one chart by itself. Hope that makes that kind of clear about that chart. So this chart right here. So why is this strong support and resistance? Well, let's inspect this chart right here. And why are the ones below strong support and resistance? So this line right here, let's make it a different color. Let's make this orange and thick. So this goes back. Let's see how far this goes back right here. Let's pull this back. This is what I say. Always just go back and look and see how many times it was tested. And when you see how many times it was tested, and guys, I made go back and watch my previous live streams and videos. Look at this. Perfect resistance. Perfect resistance. Perfect resistance. Resistance. Support right here. It was support again. All that support didn't quite make it up as resistance. So look. Right here. It was perfect resistance. That's the video I made perfect short where I was showing you. Right here was support. So you long from there. It was support and resistance, support and resistance. Again, we just broke it. This is another chart showing this is strong resistance. And you say, well, why do I say these lines down below? Why I have a target right here, I have a white line here, and a white line here. These are just like I'm saying. These have been tested the most. Look right here. Support, support, more support, more support, more support, more support, and it goes back further. Look at that. That's the same one. We got a perfect resistance. Came down, found support. So that's why I'm saying if you drop, guys, it's not always horizontal. It's not just, a fib retracement that is horizontal. This is the trajectory price is following. That's why I'm showing you. When you find that magical trend line that price is respecting in a certain direction, that's how you can find these accurate targets. So that's how I knew that if we came down, this was your support right here. And this is the point you short right here. And if you drop, this will be your next support. Your next support at 52,465. And your strongest support when you make contact. Right here's 49,732. If it's out here, it'll be 50,591. It depends on when you make contact. That's why if you have access to the charts, you load it up. When you hit it, you know the price. Your next very strong support, guys, if we drop below 49,852, this is your next strongest support level to watch. 46,474. If it's out here, it's 47,130. So again, that's how you read the charts. That's how you play the charts. Again, it's always a gamble. I'm just showing you it's the safer gamble. And it looks like we're riding right down this blue ring. But that being said, I'm being realistic. If we push above this purple price label, if we get above this and hold support, guys, I would buy in right here to ride it up higher. But right now you have a lot of resistance, and I just showed you how strong a resistance this is. That's why I'm saying if you wanted to chance a short, this would be the point to do it. Not to mention the MACD on the 4 hour looks like it has much more downside. Always use the MACD, guys. Depending on the time frame, if like right here we're on the 15-minute, where you can see the you see this MACD right here. It goes from dark green bars to light green bars. You can see it looks like the MACD is about to roll over. The RSI is topped out. So look, if you're at resistance, yeah, more than likely you're going to come down. But always look at different time frames. Even though this is smaller, you know, targets up and down, this is on the 4 hour right here. This is the 4 hour. Look at this MACD. I mean, this could start curling under. If that happens, you probably want to stay in because it could go up much higher. But if this continues to start dropping down, you have much more downside to go. So always look at the MACD and RSI on different time frames. Yeah, Eric, that's right. We can go much higher, we can drop much lower. But the most important thing is don't just look at Bitcoin by itself. I mean, use your support and resistance levels, you know, to know when to long and short. But also, that's why I have the dollar index, and that's why I have the stocks up there as well. If the markets are going up, that's bullish for Bitcoin. Even if you get a correction, if the Dow continues up, ultimately Bitcoin's going to push up higher. I do think we have one more leg up for the stock market and for Bitcoin. But I think when we get to that point I mentioned on the Dow right here, I think this is going to be the point. The Dow, like I said, I expect to get a correction right here, a small correction at this ring. But I think we will have one more push up. And when we get right here, I think the Dow will be topped out to come down. Yeah, and again, I just showed you dominance. Dominance is under BTC related. Dominance is a fantastic chart to know when you got tops and bottoms. If you push up to resistance and it gets rejected, Bitcoin's at resistance. Hey, take your profit or short. And again, guys, all right. So yeah, the Dow's coming down a little bit. If you do want to access the charts, guys, this is the this is the subscribe page right here. And again, if you want to do the lifetime, you have to contact me through the contact page on the website. I do accept crypto payments and PayPal directly, but if you want lifetime, you have to contact me. And if you are subscribed and you don't have access to the Discord or follow me on Twitter, make sure you email me. I will send you the Discord invite link, and I will accept your Twitter follow request. And do not forget, if you want to win one of these coins, make sure after the stream is over, you leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and you will win. There'll be 2 winners next live stream. I will be picking the comments from this live stream. But the next live stream, I'll pick the winners. There'll be 2 of these coins, 2 winners. 2020 American Eagle 1 ounce 0.99 silver bullion uncirculated. This is the coin. We pay for shipping. Doesn't cost you a dime. But guys, that's pretty much it. Go back and watch my previous live streams. I told you when to buy, when to short. This was your short. Hopefully you're in a short right now. You're writing this down. Your next support is 55,182. Guys, all these charts, all your support labels, well, A1, B1, C1, those are the charts I'm using to trade. I have all of your price labels on these charts. I keep them updated daily. And if there is a chart that you're using and the price labels are blocking price, remember you can click on the price label and you can hide the label. These charts are live, so when you load them up, they play out real time. They're also shareable, so if you sign up, you can save my charts as your own. So if you have a chart, if you find a chart of mine you like, you can save it. If you have a TradingView account, which is free to create, you can save my chart as your own. Then you can edit it, break it apart, see how I set it up, add in your own indicators. The Dow Jones ticker is DJI. You have a lot of options. You got futures, and there's a bunch of them on there. But again, what I'm trying to show you, if you go back and watch my previous live streams, every single one of them, I said, look, here's your support. It pushed up. Here's your resistance. We dropped. I'm trying to explain why and how you use these charts to make safer trades. Well, Eric, are you leaving because you went long and you were wrong? I told you it was a point too short. I heard you saying long, buy the dip. But I will keep you guys updated on Twitter, guys. So, but again, I'm just saying this is the point to get rejected. Very strong resistance. I mean, it was very strong support. 2 charts show that's our resistance at match. I showed you why it was strong support, flip strong resistance. and it does look like we're coming down to some lower targets. Well, anyways, good luck on your trades. Trade safe, guys. I will keep you updated on Twitter, and I will update these charts. I know I've been moving stuff around, so I need to update the price labels. But my Twitter is private, so you have to subscribe to my charts. Make sure you email me to get the Discord invite link and to follow me on Twitter. But that's it, guys. I'm going to kill this stream so it's not too long so other people can watch it. And I'll have a video up soon with some price targets for some altcoins. That's it, guys. Trade safe. Follow the markets. Remember, end of the day, I think 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, markets close. You can get big moves by market, into the market. I'm going to start working on some stuff. I got an animation I want to work on. I was going to render it, but it's going to take too long to do, so I'm working on Unreal Engine 4. I'm going to take all of my 3D models into that so I can walk around in it real time. So that's what I'm working on right now. So it'll be an animation, but it'll be a real-time animation. So kind of looking forward to that. That's what I'll be working on. But again, hopefully you're in a short. I showed you where support resistance levels are, and if you have access to the charts, they're all laid out for you guys. All right, I'm out. Trade safe, trade smart. Peace.